That point for Arsenal means that they move into second place above Tottenham and Bournemouth on goal difference. Bournemouth now into the top 4. Manchester City's point moves them into the top half of the table. They've got 7 points from their opening 5 games, which means they are 8 points off the league leaders with just 5 games gone. At the bottom of the table, Aston Villa's point means they stay inside the bottom 3. They've got 3 points now from their opening games. Newcastle also in the bottom half of the table with 6. They're in 13th. And it probably does feel like a win when you get an equaliser that late on in the game. He said that that was as dominant as he thinks that Arsenal have been against Manchester City in the league since he's been at the club. 12 shots compared to 5. Both of them had 3 shots on target. Not much in it in terms of XG, but that possession of 34% is the lowest that Manchester City have had in the Premier League under Pep Guardiola. So you can look at that and think that Declan Rice has a right to feel that Arsenal were dominant, or you can look at the XG and say they may have had a lot of the ball, but they didn't do a lot creatively with it. Which side of the fence would you say?
Well played, Declan. You're 4 and you're 4, and in the end, how big a goal has this guy got you?
Massive. Ever since I've come to the club, even before I come to the club, he's delivered big moments, and the amount of times he scores in big games for us. A lot of players can sulk if they get put on the bench, but every time he comes in, he shows his heart, desire, and the run and the finish is just unbelievable at that stage of the game. To have that composure, he fully deserves it. You wouldn't meet a nicer guy. So even though we didn't win, I thought we thoroughly deserved. I thought we dominated today. We played really, really well. Just couldn't break them down. Fair play to them, but in fairness to him, he's come on and produced a moment of magic, so we're happy with that.
So just tell us then about that mentality, not thinking of yourself as a sub, thinking of yourself as a finisher and knowing you can still affect the match.
Yeah, I mean, it's for those moments that I work for. I mean, we played really well. I think we were unlucky in certain moments because we had some chances as well, and it was a great ball from Ebs, and I just tried to put it in the back of the net, and really happy with the goal. But we need to work more, and we want to win those games as well.
So, like you say, it was a great pass from Eza, but do you have to almost show him where the pass is by making the right run?
Yeah, I mean, with the players that we have, Deck, Martin, Ebs, Marino, I know if I make those runs, at least if I make 3 in the game, at least 1 I'll get the ball and I'll have the chance. So this is what I try to do, and again, great pass from Ebs.
What was your reading of the game? Did you sense that you forced them back, or was it maybe a different City this season stepping back and trying to hit you on the counter-attack?
Yeah, I think we've obviously gained the respect of the opposition. They know the quality that we have, from back to front. I think in my time here at Arsenal, we probably haven't dominated a game like that against Man City as we did today. I thought obviously in the first half we passed and moved really well. In the same second half it was constant pressure, but there was always that threat from them of the counter attack. But in the end, I think we thoroughly deserved the goal. If we had come away losing that game, we'd have been really disappointed. So in the end, I think a point's probably fair, but we obviously want to win that one.
Yeah, what was the message at half time, 1-0 down? Did you feel like, even though you're behind on the scoreline, actually the performance was okay?
Yeah, I could sense a bit of frustration inside the stadium, obviously because we were having so much of the ball. But again, they defended really well. We maybe had 1 or 2 chances in the first half, and we knew second half we had to step on it. And within the first 5 minutes, we created 2 or 3. So the message at half time, was to keep going, keep pushing, keep overloading them. And obviously in the end, they changed to a back 5, went to a 5-4-1, which I've never seen them do. And they're obviously trying to hang on. So obviously to get the draw at the end was good for us.
Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, it certainly was. How big a goal is that from Martinelli, and how good a finish was it, Righty?
The finish was magnificent. Everything about that was fantastic. When Eberechi, as he gets the ball, and the pass, the run, what he's had to make there, Steve, it had to be so tight. But then he's running away from the goal, so the touch has to be tight. And then he's got to then do it quick, so he's got to go bang, and then he's got to flick because the man's coming. But it's the flick over such a big goalkeeper is where the real quality is in that. Obviously the run's great, the pass is magnificent, but this touch here is going away from goal and he's got to flick that. That's top draw finishing. Look at it. Watch it. Look, he's not looked. He just knows, and that's not easy, man. That's brilliant.
I think it's after the first control that he realized that Donnarumma was out. Then you don't have a choice. We can tell like he knew that if he wanted to go with the ball, he couldn't anymore. The best thing to do right there is what he has done, and he has done it like fantastic, because the way you stretch your leg and take that ball and keep your feet under the ball, that for me was crazy. The run was crazy, but to control that ball and did what he did is unbelievable.
Arsenal and Manchester City shared the spoils in a dramatic 1-1 draw at the Emirates. The game started with City striking early as Erling Haaland pounced in the 9th minute to silence the home fans. Pep Guardiola's side then set up defensively, absorbing Arsenal's pressure while looking to counter. For much of the first half, the Gunners struggled to find rhythm. But halftime changes, especially the introduction of Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze, sparked life into Arsenal's attack. They dominated possession, pushed City back, and created half chances, though City's defense, led by Ruben Dias, stood firm. Fatigue crept into City's play, and Arsenal finally found a breakthrough deep into stoppage time. Gabriel Martinelli latched onto Eze's long pass and lobbed Donnarumma to rescue a point. Neither side did enough to fully deserve victory, but the draw reflected Arsenal's persistence and City's resilience.